Pakistan, ja, ja, Pakistan, dil, dil, Pakistan, ja, ja, Pakistan.
Start with Bangladesh, I would say. They've dropped Rumana Ahmad, and funnily enough, their senior team pretty much went to Sri Lanka with a tour named as A Team Tour, and I do think they are on a very big downslide. I might be a bit harsh to them, but anyway, I do see it as a reality. They might themselves feel it so because again, bunch of runs accumulator and only accelerator in their run up. They don't use her that much, shown out there. So I don't see so any hope for them. Even though Jahara is back, Nigar Sultana might do her things, but I don't see them winning any game. Sorry, Bangladesh fans. Sorry, Bangladesh fans. But anyway, I will throw my to Pajin. He might have few good opinions about their side. So, Pajin, what are your overall thoughts and what should be their best possible exercise to utilize this possible, like utilize this current squad?
Yeah, I would say that they are one side which doesn't have much resources. That's I would say something about them because even though they think about utilizing the resources they have, but they lack a lot of things like middle order power hitting and someone who can smash the ball in the top and someone who can come and flourish the late part of the inning. So they are missing all those things. So the players who are still part of the group tend to face a lot of dot balls that doesn't help them score above at least 120 consistently. I don't think they will be scoring 120 consistently in any of their matches. So, but someone like Dilara Akhtar, who has been striking over 100, who has been pretty much decent batter in the Under 19 World Cup, coming for them, and she has been doing. She did well in the Asia Cup also, and that that's some one player that I would look into other than Niga Sultana Jodi, who obviously have been playing that anchor role in the team, but she's not like someone like Chamaria Tapatu or Hayley Matthews who could take the innings alone and provide a victory. So that is not the case when it comes to Niga Sultana Jodi, but she will provide the base. But there should be someone who should take that responsibility of playing that uh, attacking role. And I would say Dilara Akhtar is one player to look at to, and maybe Sharma Akhtar if she is provided the right place to play at, because we have seen these two players coming from that under 19 World Cup and then playing good innings in the international stage also. But other than that, I don't see them going past. Even Scotland will have a better chance to win against them because they have got a team that can perform and not compared to Bangladesh where they are even only have that bowling with them and no batting depth and even they are pretty much low on confidence also. So I don't see them. I'll place them at number 5 position into B maybe.
Yeah, I do echo your thoughts. I am anyway. I am looking forward to see how Rabia Khan performs, the third highest wicket taker, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Her drifters are really joy to watch. So let's hope she performs good, which will mean Bangladesh are doing a bit better. Sakina, Prajin has kind of touched on Scotland, so let's give them flowers. Of course, they beat Pakistan in a very stunning way with both bat and ball. They were sublime. Both Bryce sisters has been like nothing short of revelation for them. And another player which I do want to shout out is the pacer. Hopefully, I am pronouncing her right. Rachel Slater. She has taken 11 wickets in the qualifier tournament. And one more thing, Sakina, you were talking earlier about their experience in these particular conditions. So, World Cup qualifiers were held in Abu Dhabi, like, of course, a bit different conditions than UAE or Sharjah, but of course, same climate. So, let's see if that experience does help them or not. So, Sakina, which players are you most looking forward to perform? How do you see their story going into this particular World Cup? Of course, they beat Ireland, who should have been in the World Cup themselves, but of course, a different debate altogether. What are your overall thoughts on Scotland and their prospects going into the World Cup?
Yeah, first of all, I feel like there should have been an increase in teams. But yeah, ICC have been a bit rigid about it for both men's and women's World Cups. But yeah, talking about Scotland, if this is like their first World Cup, I don't want to like say कि they won't be able to make an impact. I feel like they have to make a target. Like Ireland was used to do this with Pakistan side. Obviously, they haven't had enough of luck with that thing, but they used to have that kind of thing. Ke, if Pakistan is in our group, we are going to beat them. So I feel like they should be targeting Bangladesh because Bangladesh is in their group, and I feel like Bangladesh is not doing well enough, so they might get have a good chance of beating them. Other than that, I don't feel like Scotland will be able to like. They might be able to push West Indies if West Indies is having a bad day. But I don't feel like other than that they might be able to like do something. Um, but but the thing that will count is the experience that they are going to get and the individual performances against those major teams, and the confidence that they will gain from it, and the time that they are going to have with all those teams in the World Cup. It's a different experience altogether. So I feel like they should be enjoying their time more, and they should not be taking a lot of pressure of things on them just yet. Like target one or two teams के we are going to like कि इनके against हमें करना ही करना है, बाकियों के against obviously when you are going into the ground you don't want to think कि we won't be able to beat them, but don't take that unnecessary pressure कि हमें जो है वो सबको ही दूसरा करना है. And I'm a big admirer of Catherine Bryce, so I would really like to see her making an impact. Other than that, Abtaha obviously. So yeah.
Yeah, well put, well put. Uh, okay, let's switch towards the heavy hitters. Prajan, coming towards you with England. Of course, one of the very, very hard favorite. And my simple question is, of course, you can discuss on your own peril as well. But I do want to ask, is this World T20 made for Sophie Eccleston?
Yeah, that's a good question actually, because she has been performing in every. Probably she has been the most best bowler in the last couple of World Cups that we had. So uh, in any match, she can turn by herself. Maybe bowling in the power play, that wherever it is. So uh, talking about England, the squad is pretty much balanced, and I think they have had a huge exposure, be it internationally or domestically, or the leagues or whatever it is. Every player is now playing in WBL. Most of the players are playing half of the 100, and even the England domestic players like Ali. Even the England players like Alice Capsey, all of them are playing in the WPL also. So they are some they're somewhat equal to, I'm not saying equal to Australia, but they are right up there with all this experience. But having said that, we have seen them uh, like when put under the pump, they have been struggling in the past. Even if we look at the semi-finals of last year and maybe the semi-finals of Commonwealth Games that we had versus India, they tend to lose their shape and they tend to feel the pressure when they're put under the pump. And uh, someone like South Africa, West Indies in this group, just like how we saw in the 2022 ODI World Cup, where England lost a lot of matches in these teams, and that's where I feel like England. I don't see them winning the cup, because they are tend to lose that confidence when they are coming into the knockouts also. So, but they have got that couple of players who could turn any match into a winning match, like Charlie Dean beat Sophia Dunkley, Alice Capsey, whoever it is. Every player is playing that attacking kind of cricket, which lesser ranked teams will find it tough to manage these batters, and also uh, in the bowling lineup beat SL strength. And That would be a tough bowling lineup to face up to. But I don't see them winning the cup. That's my personal opinion. I have my reservations on that. But other than that, they are pretty much balanced side that can qualify into the semifinals.
Okay, bold statement. Bold statement, I must say. Of course, we will come towards the formal predictions as well. But like, I would never be able to wrap my head around this particular fact that even in men's cricket, England had never got any better spin trio. Right now, they are having four prong spin attack, and every player is as much lethal as others. So, like of all the countries, they are doing it, and of course for great stretch of years as well. So that is quite a stunning fact. Okay, Skinner, South Africa, of course, they played of late against Pakistan in Multan. A good experience for them. They played a really good series, I would say. That too effectively with Marizan Cup. We of course discussed a bit on them, but I do give one a shout out to Tasmin Brits. She herself announced that her mother has suffered cancer, so she won't be traveling with her. Otherwise, she would have been traveling. So that is kind of another motivational factor behind her. So shout out to her. Hopefully, her mother recovers well, her therapy sessions and all that stuff goes well. But I do think if they utilize their all-rounders like of Tryon and Dercksen well, they have a really solid shot at this particular World Cup. They might not have come into this World Cup with like much form, much clarity, but this series would have given them a big boost. So, Sakina, where do you rank them in this particular group? Which players are you most looking forward to perform?
So South Africa is a good squad. Obviously, there's no like a doubt in it. And but as you mentioned yourself, the utilization of their players, especially in the batting order, is something that they have to figure it out very quickly, because we saw in the second T20 in Pakistan, uh, there was a like a very um, kind of mind-boggling thing there, that is sent on very late, because there was a chance when the wicket fall, and they didn't send it on earlier on. And I was having that question in my head, "Ki, why would you do that, something like that?" But then again, our team does something similar to that as well, a lot
आपको
of
आदत
times.
सी है.
So but so yeah, that's something that they need to figure it out. But overall, if we see, South Africa is a very good squad, and Wolfie have been adjusting to her role as a leader pretty well as well. So I feel like I would put them in the top two. Like, they are going to be the team that will qualify. But
Okay.
obviously, the major competition that they're going to face in, like, other than England, it would come from the West Indies, obviously. And when we compare the West Indies, South Africa, so they do, like, obviously South Africa feels a bit stronger, but West Indies also have the capability to, like, be unpredictable at times. So that match is going to be a good match, obviously. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think that particular match is going to decide this particular group. Pajin, second has kind of segued into the last team we have to discuss, that is West Indies. I do think they have kind of edge regarding spinners over South Africa, but you can make a case that South Africa batting prowess is a bit more stronger than West Indies. So, how do you see them going head to head and West Indies as individual squad?
Yeah, as far as West Indies is concerned, there all will be all of their performances will be dependent on two players, that is Matthews and Dottin. With Deandre Dottin coming back into the squad, I think they have been
Yeah, nice you mentioned it. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead, go
So
ahead.
I think they have been pretty much balanced right now. And with someone like Ali Alain, we have seen that the CPL she was performing well, and Saida James, someone like coming in and doing her part with the bat and ball, and Henry, Chinel Henry, or Campbell, all of these players stepping up, and just like what they used to do in the previous World Cup, where they all step up in the right time. I think they can give a challenge to South Africa and England, and but they are also vulnerable to lose against Scotland and someone like maybe not Bangladesh, but maybe Scotland. So that's the kind of team they are. On their day, they can beat any team, but on other days they can lose to any other team also. So that will be the concern that I will say, if because all of the teams that are dependent upon Hayley Matthews as a captain, as a player, as a batter, bowler, everything. So uh, their performance would surely depend on how this tournament goes up for Hayley Matthews, and I think she'll be up for the challenge. And
Yeah, I do
maybe we
want.
can see them even progressing to the semi-finals.
Okay. I do want to put out a statement that um, if we take into account all 10 captains, of course, very much different context. There is very small sample size with like a Fatma Sana. There is a huge sample size with Harmanpreet. But the statement I want to make that Haley Matthews, from all the captains, is the best on-field tactician. So let me know your thoughts, audience, if you do agree with it, or if you have any captain in your mind. So yeah, feel free to debate.